So I was watching a documentary today called After Ebola, Nebraska and the next pandemic. This was 2 years ago. This came out, so it had been 17. They were talking about how Nebraska has a very interesting relationship. They have a hospital, they have a university, and they have the local health services. They've come together and have a biohazard lab. And they're talking about what things they would do and the preps and people that have been to the hospital. Very interesting doc. I plan on watching this again one day. Very interesting. One thing that it brought home to me is that these are global crises, and that nationalism has no place in pandemic preps. Period. I think nationalism is just when you've got money and you're rich and you got your land and you can just say F up. That's everybody else. These are worldwide problems. And we as a human race have to come together to deal with these problems. They have two guys that got sick and survived, and one was another doctor that got sick, and they brought him over. They waited, and he actually died because they'd waited too long to get him to medical care. That was Ebola. Talking about Ebola, but I thought about how tragic that was and how, people will say, Trump has said, that the states didn't prepare. And he's right. And Trump will say that the previous president didn't have stuff in the stockpile. He's probably right. But let's not sit here and pretend that that's just something Obama did. I think that's why I'm a survivalist. You know what? That video he did, that's why I'm a survivalist. It's because I don't trust the government. I don't. And that's weird, ain't it? That I say I'm a socialist, but I'm telling you I don't trust the government. Whether it's Obama, Trump, Bush, I don't trust any of them. And I think that there has been, as I've said this in a previous video not too long ago, there's been an abdication of the responsibility of public health and of the social safety nets and of the things that we need to protect ourselves and to protect our communities. And that's biohazard equipment, ventilators, you got bridges falling apart. It's all those things, man. There's really been an abdication of that responsibility. Yeah. Well, let's not sit here and pretend like Trump cares about, biological and chemical biological preps. Don't pretend. But I think Trump saying that, I think he's right. I think that's not sexy. I think we'd rather talk about the next fighter jet or the new tank or the new army rifle. There's very little talk about what will the people do? How will the people? That's why when these rednecks talk about the warrior class and all that, that doesn't benefit us. It doesn't benefit me whatsoever. And that's why we're in the situation we're in now. New York is talking about now people have cardiac problems, heart problems. They don't bring them to the hospital. So people are being allowed to die. It's beginning already. It's very tragic. But I think what's more tragic to me about the whole thing is the fact that nobody here takes it seriously. And a lot of folks are going to die here. And actually more angry because I know I'm dealing with people who are probably sick. Not taking it seriously. And, it's just, I realize that's what the South is. Nobody respects anybody else. Nobody cares about anybody else. Nobody cares about, respecting other people's freedom. Respecting other people's health, or whatever you want to call it. We talk about Second Amendment and all that stuff, but there's very little respect for human life, and not contaminating other people should be just as important or more important than the right to carry a gun. I had people looking at me weird, looking at me angry, and I'm just like, wow, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like shocked, like, damn. And then you guys wonder why I talk about this. I'm serious. I mean, just such anger. And I'm like, wow, we're in a pandemic and you're mad at me because I'm in public with a mask on. I'm serious. This shit is going to hit the South hard. See, I'm telling you, Nebraska, Kansas, those states, when I went out there, I realized very quickly that you can be in the South. You can be in the farms and stuff. You don't have to be a racist. You don't. You can have a farm and you don't have to be fucking living 100 years in the past. You can use technology as a part of being a farmer. I didn't understand, because that's not how it is in the South. In the South, you're 50 years behind. You're 40, 50 years behind in everything. In everything. And it seems like that's what they're proud of, to be backwards, be behind. I think that this pandemic, I'll be honest with you, a part of me kind of wondered how the South would handle a pandemic. I ain't gonna lie. A part of me did wonder, what would they do? What would be the reaction? I can say it's been pretty much on point to how I thought it would be. I can say that. The underreaction, the downplaying it, the conspiracy theories. I mean, I keep telling my father and my aunt that even if this was made by China, we still need to prepare. My aunt's just, I don't really know what she thinks. Like, she's talking to me about, it's a New World Order did this, New World Order done this. People don't get it. And I'm like, but it's here. I understand that. What are you going to do now? It's just New World Order. I'm just like, okay. She called me out there. I didn't even want to talk to her. I'm not in that land. I'm in the land of trying to find out, is it spreading? Is it in my area? Getting my preps, learning more of my preps. The bleach and water stuff. I'm trying to do that. How to stretch my preps. How to, when's the peak? Exponential stuff. I'm trying to figure that out. And she's talking about the New World Order. And you see what I'm saying? My dad's the same way. My dad's like, so I'm going to kill old white people. And I'm just like, dude, like, wow. And I started sending him a thing every day of a black person or a non-white person that dies. Every day. I try to send him somebody. There's a policeman, there's a bus driver died. He was an MSNBC bus driver died. When my dad told me that he thought it was only black people getting killed, it made me so angry because I know that's dangerous. I know black people, they're like children. They want to be entertained and they want to play and do stupid shit. I know that. I know Southerners want to do that, period. So if my dad or anybody else gives them a reason to not care about stuff, it makes it that much more dangerous. You understand? You're dealing with ignorant. Honestly, the pandemic, it's made me realize more than ever, like, I don't want to live in North Carolina. I don't want to, plant roots here, ever. Like, going through this crisis has reminded me of how I don't think like Southerners. I don't think like, and I'm not saying that to attack people in the South. I get it. It's like a man that wants to live with a transsexual or something. That's what they want to do. It might be weird. That's what they want to do. It's like people who like bondage or like to lay on a bed of nails or stuff like that. That's what they want to do. That's their business. I don't want to do that. And I guess it's kind of like, even with everything Trump done, all the racism and the Confederate flags, a part of me was like, well, I'll just live. Maybe I'll fucking start smoking weed again or whatever. That's what I was thinking about before this started. You know, I was thinking about getting it as a video game thing, PS4 or something. And then this thing hit, and it's like, whoa, like it's shown me I have no business in North Carolina. I don't think like these people. I'm not like them. I mean, I told you it's pretty much two different things. You're either redneck or you're a nigger. It's one of the it's what it is. You're either a slave or you're a knuckle dragging caveman. And the reason why I say that is because those people are proud of that. You can see it. You can see they proud of that damn hood shit. And you can see they proud of that damn caveman thing. They do things to look like that. To look like monkeys. I'm serious. So, this whole event, it showed me I'm not crazy. I think for myself. And I'm living around people who don't. And it's always going to be that way. And I've told you, I believe that this, like James Kunstler said it, welcome to the long emergency. I think coronavirus is probably one of the first major disasters. I mean, SARS was bad, but this is like SARS revenge. You've got more people. That's why you have to be careful when you're looking at past emergencies and trying to put them in today, because there's more people now. More people now. China has more impact. It's a bigger world now. You have more nationalism now. Now two things you didn't think about before. A, the FBI is talking about white supremacists getting the COVID and using it as a weapon. I'm not saying that will happen. I'm not saying they can do that. I'm not. I'm just thinking to myself how crazy you have to be to even put that out there, that you want to use a biological agent, a disease, as a weapon against blacks and Jews and cops. Like, wow. That's crazy. As well as the fact all these southern states have dragged their feet. People have died unnecessarily. People are going to die unnecessarily. It's going to get worse. Part of me feels like when New York reaches their peak, it might get big. It might get bad down here. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm surprised that. Oh, and now we got the crime part. Now you got the crime part. People breaking in businesses and stuff. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. But I believe that coronavirus is just one of the start of a long emergency. Peace.